Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This week, the president delivered a speech on reducing carbon pollution, hosted a roundtable discussion with business leaders, named a new director of the FBI, and welcomed the next class of Presidential Innovation Fellows. That's June 21st to June 27th, or the Case for Action. On Friday, the president spoke to White House reporters in the Rose Garden and announced his choice to be the new director of the FBI, former Deputy Attorney General James Comey. Later, the president welcomed the second class of Presidential Innovation Fellows. The program pairs top innovators from the private sector, nonprofits, and academia with top innovators in the government to develop solutions that can save lives, save taxpayer dollars, and fuel job creation. Later, we caught up with Deputy National Security Advisor Ben Rhodes to preview the First Family's trip to Africa in the latest installment of The Roads Ahead.
There are going to be a number of important issues the president's going to address. One is, how can we advance our trade and investment relationships with Africa? There are actually some significant economic growth opportunities taking place, and we believe that if we can invest in Africa now, that'll be good for the African continent, but ultimately that's going to be good for the United States because we can break into significant new export markets. We're also going to talk about our development programs, and Africa has clearly been a centerpiece of our development policy on issues like global health and fighting HIV/AIDS, promoting food security, and helping to power Africa to connect them to the grid of the global economy, which will also help foster greater economic growth and closer economic ties.
On Monday, the president hosted a roundtable meeting with business leaders to discuss the economic impact that comprehensive immigration reform would have on economic growth and job creation.
We are at a critical point in the debate that's taking place in the Senate, and if we get this done, when we get this done, I think every business leader here feels confident that they'll be in a stronger position to continue to innovate, to continue to invest, to continue to create jobs, and ensure that this continues to be the land of opportunity for generations to come.
On Tuesday, the president headed across town to Georgetown University to lay out his vision for the steps we need to take to prepare our country for the impacts of climate change, lead the global effort to fight it, and why this is the time to take action.
This is not just a job for politicians. So I'm going to need all of you to educate your classmates, your colleagues, your parents, your friends. Tell them what's at stake. Broaden the circle of those who are willing to stand up for our future. Convince those in power to reduce our carbon pollution.
On Wednesday, the First Family departed for Senegal, the first step of 3 official visits in Africa that would also take them to South Africa and Tanzania. Stay tuned next week for a special episode of West Wing Week, Dispatches Africa. And as always, to find out more information on any of these topics or to see complete videos of these events, go to whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
I think Bob will agree with me when I say that we have the perfect person to carry on this work in Jim Comey, a man who stands up very tall for justice and the rule of law. I was saying while we were taking pictures with his gorgeous family here that they are all what Michelle calls normal height.